Hello, and welcome to the beginning of the art of loving. And what this video is really going to be is about kind of my journey in becoming the artist and the artist of my life through love. And I really wanted to activate you, to inspire you to make the choice to become the artist of your life in love. And it truly is an art to begin to implement love into your life. And I feel that we get taught so many things, we have so much knowledge, but it's truly about bringing that knowledge into your body and embodying it in every single moment. And that is definitely a choice, and that is definitely a decision. And so I want to begin with my story. So, my story is that my name is Julia Rzadkowska. That is how you pronounce my last name, if you were wondering. And in 2023, I graduated college. I had a major in biology and a minor in psychology. And I picked those because I went to a technical school where we were able a technical high school where we were able to pick kind of our career paths very early on. And it kind of just felt like the only route I could take since I already had picked that in high school. And I really did not see any other option. Even though deep down there was something in my heart that just felt like that wasn't the right move, I still went along with that because it felt like the only option. And I didn't really know what my other options were. But throughout college, I just felt this deep knowing in my heart that there was something that this wasn't the right choice. It was not the right decision to continue this. Now I see that everything led me to the place that I am today, so I have acceptance and love for that. But in the moment, it felt like if I did not change something, I would not be living the life that I truly want, the life that is filled with love and a life that is filled with passion. And so during my college years, like I said, I felt like it wasn't my thing. And so now the question was, what is my thing then? Everyone talks about getting a job and all of these external things, but I did not really know what my thing was. And that is when I really began my spiritual journey, my journey of just diving deeper within myself and like my healing journey. And that is when I unlocked creativity within me. And it was something truly magical because it wasn't something that I was searching for. It was something that just appeared and began to flow through me. I began to write poetry that really, like I said, just began to flow through me. It wasn't something that I ever searched for throughout the day. I would just be doing something randomly, and I would just get this knowing, this deep knowing that a poem was coming, and I needed to get a piece of paper and start writing. And with unlocking this creativity within me, I can say re re not re-unlocking, what's the word, reigniting kind of that flame of creativity. Because looking back, I see that I was always creative in school. I always loved doing projects and I always added glitter and everything to them, but I didn't see any value in that. And I think that's the problem, is that we as a society place a lot of logic in school on all of these logical pursuits like math, like biology, and there's nothing wrong with them. But it made me, at least, feel that wanting to pursue something more creative was less worthy, which is not the case. Creativity is kind of our superpower here on earth. Allowing ourselves to tap into our creativity allows us to become the creators of our reality. And by by pushing that creative side of us away, we kind of don't allow ourselves to tap into our full potential, our full potential of being creators of our life, of being in co-creation with something higher, a higher source, God, and allowing ourselves to truly lead with our hearts and create the life of our dreams that is so heart led and so beautiful because it is heart led and because those desires come from a heart led place. And I lost my train of thought. I was talking about poetry, yes. And poetry began to just like be birthed through me truly. So I had all of these journals filled with poems, and at first they were just for me. I was like, they allowed me to process my emotions, to process a lot of my healing with these poems that would come through me, and I would come to so many conclusions through my poetry and just get this deeper understanding of myself, of my emotions, of life through me and through these poems. And so, I had all these journals, and then came the intuitive knowing that I was meant to create a book with one of my poetry I was meant to create a book with my poetry. And with that inspiration, I just got all these I got the name, I got just the whole entire theme of my first book, because I didn't mention this, but if you follow me, but if you're new here, I have written and self-published two poetry books now. My first one is called I Saw You in the Sunset, and my second one is called Helping People Breathe. You can actually see them over here. Um, and if you want to check them out, please do so in the link down below. But yes, so I got the intuitive knowing to create my second book because I just felt like my poems helped me in some of my darkest times in my life. They helped me find love. They helped me find love. They helped me find myself. And I wanted my words to help others find light, find love, find themselves through my words as well. And so that is the internal knowing that I got. And so I followed that knowing, followed that creativity. And I put all of my love into everything that I created and all of my books. And it was a journey of really allowing myself to kind of release all that I thought I knew about myself and rediscover myself for the first time as someone who I truly am. And that journey for me looked like kind of really just losing everything I held on to externally that made me feel worthy, but was trying to fill a hole of not feeling worthy from within. That looked like I said, the schooling and just going to a school to get a degree because it felt like the right thing to do when deep in my heart it wasn't. It was coming from a place of trying to fill a void when deep down I wanted to pursue something more creative, which I always felt that. I always felt that with my body, that I was meant to do something more creative, but I never allowed myself to do it because I did not feel worthy. I did not feel like I had a chance. I did not feel confident in any of that. And so I made a promise to myself when I was ending college and everything I felt like my world was ending. It was the death of this old version of me that was clinging on to so many things that did not feel like me. I made a promise to myself to create my life in love, to create a life that I love, a life that is filled with passion, a life that is filled with love. And I'm getting emotional saying this. I didn't think I would get emotional, but I made a promise to myself to create my life in love. And I didn't know how profound of a promise that was to myself. Proclaiming that makes you it turns your whole entire world upside down in every aspect of your life, that you are not leading with love, that you are not truly following your heart. It makes you see your relationships. Are they all fully in love? Your career, your passions, is that fully in love? Every aspect. How are you treating your body? Are you treating your body with light and love? And so that's why I say the art of loving is an art, because it's something you practice daily. It's something that you really have to begin to implement in your life as a daily practice, like an art. And you become the artist of your life because you are crafting your life in the most beautiful and magical way. And that was the choice I made. A promise to myself to create my life in love, to not settle for less. And let me tell you, that journey was not linear, and it is still not linear, because I made this promise, and then I am met with an outside world that puts a lot of different pressure and standards on us in a society where I felt that everyone after college was, pursuing their careers. They had found their clarity, and I was just beginning to craft it in a completely alternative, different way. And that comes with feeling, did I make the right choice? That comes with feeling less worthy because you see others having all of these external things when I'm on the journey of finding that within. And I'm not judging anyone's journey because everyone's journey is different. I'm just saying my journey. And if you resonate with this journey, I want to tell you that if you are in a moment of this transition, of a transition of creating a life unconsciously and a beginning to finally consciously create your life in love, know that you are in a beautiful spot. And I know the the pain that comes with that, but also what a beautiful and empowering journey that is, because it truly is tapping into your full potential. The potential of love is the journey you're on. And being on that journey, you, like I said, release everything that wasn't love. But what stays is love, is a life in love, being able to consciously create that. And that is what I invite you to. I invite you to become the artist of your reality, to partake in the art of loving yourself, loving every aspect of yourself, being beginning to create each aspect of your life in that love. That is the journey I have been on for the past 2-3 years now, and it is a magical journey. It is not a perfect journey whatsoever, but in that imperfection you find the perfection. You find that life truly isn't about trying to fill all these voids within you externally. It is truly about uncovering all of that within you and connecting with your heart, connecting with your intuition. And I might, in this point of my journey, not, you can say, I might not have all the things externally, but I know that they are coming. I know they are being created because I am in connection with God. I am in connection with my heart. I am in connection with something greater than me that is leading me, that is guiding me, because that is what feel is a connection with your intuition. It is a connection to something greater. It is a connection to God that is leading you to your highest potential, to creating what you are meant to create here on earth, to create your heaven on earth, your life on earth, your beautiful life on earth that is a blessing to you, but a blessing and an inspiration to everyone around you as well. And like I said, I might not have all the external things that I want yet. Keyword on yet, because I know they are coming. It is just a matter of divine timing. But I have gained so much that I didn't think I would have gained. I, yes, I'm still living at my parents' house, which I'm so grateful for. It wasn't always like that where my parents supported every decision I made, but now I see that they see what I am creating. At least I hope they do. No, I think they do. They see what I am creating, and they they see that. And so I am so grateful for the time I am able to spend with my parents now consciously. Creating relationships with my parents now consciously is something beautiful, where now I feel like I'm seen by my father, I'm seen by my mom, and it is something that I felt I was lacking before, being even seen by my parents. And this isn't criticizing them or anything. It is just that before, we can't judge and criticize our parents. They did the best they could, but now being able to have that relationship consciously, where I know that I'm consciously partaking in creating, being a part of creating a relationship with them in love, is beautiful. And it was not always perfect. Like I said, it took it took a lot of practicing the art of loving to be able to form beautiful relationships with my parents, beautiful relationships with my siblings, beautiful relationships with people around me, beautiful relationship with myself. And that is the key. That is the foundation of truly creating a life in love. It is the foundations that lie within you. Self-love, self-worth, self-confidence, it is the foundations that are found within us that I feel like some people are taught this at a younger age, and some of us discover this along the way, along the journey of life. And I want to activate that within you. I want to activate the artist of life within you, the artist who is able to create a life in love, a life in confidence, a life in feeling worthy. And that is all found within you, not searching for it externally. And those foundations are within you. You just might have forgotten about them, but I am definitely here to remind you, to activate you. And in this period where I graduated college, I was working at a restaurant, but then I also felt intuitively, I'd saved up money and I felt intuitively to quit that job and really pursue just all of my passions fully. And I'm so grateful that I am in a position where I'm able to do that with the resources that I have. And I am so grateful for that. And it has definitely been such a beautiful journey. And I lost my train of thought. let me let me try and find it. What was I talking about? Yes. So like, and in that time, in fully pursuing my passions, like I said, I have written 2 poetry books, and the first one is truly about finding that innate love within you, of that potential of love, and reaching for. And then my second book is truly about unlocking all other potentials with your self-worth, potentials with creativity, creation, and potential with a connection with God and the truths that truly lie within that. So I would love if you checked out my books and supported my passions, my creativity, but also allowed them to heal you from the inside out, and allow you to activate your truths, your remembering, your knowing, all within you, because it truly is all within you. But I also am a mentor. I am a woman's embodiment guide, and I am truly able to guide you on this journey because I have lived the journey myself of a life that was not in love, of creating a life not in love, and then now creating a life in love, because I truly think that is our purpose here, is to lead a life from the heart that is heart led, and allows us to create our life in love as the creators of our reality, where we create the life of our dreams. Because why would God plant dreams inside our hearts if they weren't meant to come true, if we weren't meant to co-create them with God, with the world, with the universe? And so I, as a mentor, would love to guide you on your journey. And so if you feel called to activate the artist within you, and by that I mean to truly start with the foundations of what it means to, the foundations of being an artist of your reality, which is feeling that confidence, feeling that love, feeling that self-worth, because these are all things that at the beginning of my journey I completely lacked, and I was searching for them so externally, but they all lie within us, activating them within us. And it is a daily practice, like I said, being the artist of your life, creating a life in love, and staying open to love, but also open to life is what I meant to say. But interesting, I said open to love because, yes, it is truly about staying open to love, because a lot of us, myself, I believed that love could not meet me in this life. That is how closed off I became from the pain of my past. I closed myself off to love, and it is about becoming open to love and open to life again. And it is not about allowing pain to, what do I want to say? It is not about not feeling pain anymore in this life. That is an illusion of creating this life in love. But it is about not allowing pain to close you off, to make you doubt yourself, to make you feel less worthy, to completely kind of crush you in this life, but to allow anything that happens in life, the beautiful, the dark, to activate you and expand you even more in your potential. And that is how I work in my mentoring sessions. We not only work with our mindset, with our bodies, because as a woman's embodiment guide, I really guide you back into your body, back into your innate essence as a woman. but I truly also allow you to, we together find the things that may have caused you pain and hurt in the past, where you might have closed yourself off to love, and we find those parts of you, and we transform them back into love by alchemizing those parts, reaching for them and turning them into your potential, because everything can be turned into your potential. Everything you've experienced can be transformed into your potential, into your full potential. And I work with women because I am a woman, and that is my journey. And I feel like I am best able to support women since I have experienced that journey and I know what it feels like based on my own experience. Um, and so I invite you to that. If that feels truly activating, message me for information about my mentoring sessions. Message me on my Instagram. I'll link it down below just because I feel like there's easier communication. And also, you can see just more of my, I can just activate and inspire you more in this way of daily reminding you of the art of loving. And so if this resonated with you, I would love if you subscribed and became part of this truly this soul community, this soul family that I am creating here. And I am wishing you a beautiful and lovely day. Like and comment, leave what really resonated with you and how you feel after listening to this. And remember to create a life in love, and that is truly, truly possible for you. And I am wishing you a beautiful and a lovely day today.